All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shema Shabbat, Shema Kakodash, double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out pushing the word in sincerity and in truth. I wanted to do this lesson on, the city of Byblos. This going into some ancient archaeology in this specific city, and it's one of the oldest dated cities in history. All right, and the word basically has a Hebrew origin. You see it in Elisha Kodash right here as a Gabal. But I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm gonna jump straight to the end of this paragraph. It says, it is believed to have been first occupied, dealing with Byblos, um, occupied between 8800 and 7000 BC and continuously inhabited since 5000 BC, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Right, so this land has a lot of history, and you see where it's located, location within Lebanon on the sea, you know, on the coast. So, you know, that's the spirit. A lot of individuals try to object the words of the Lord, object biblical history like it doesn't interconnect with secular history. You go into the secular history, and it's a lot of names in the scriptures, land masses that exist today, relics, items, busts, certain things, gods, all of those that circulate throughout the planet today. You'll see a lot of them for the most part, not each and every, God, every, deity, but the most prominent ones in the kingdom, certain kingdoms at those times, you'll read them in the scriptures, you know, and you'll see it's actually this land was written in the actual Egyptian hieroglyphs. So these guys that you know are so-called learned in the glyphs, they should be familiar with this city, man. And they try to, like I said, combat the words of the Lord, and they try to make it where the Bible is just a figment of a few guys' imagination, and they just written it and just published it and had the masses of people just believing in it blindly. That's the furthest thing from the truth. But it says Byblos appears as Kebnai in Egyptian hieroglyph records going back to the 4th dynasty pharaoh Sneferu, and as Gubla in the Akkadian cuneiform. Amarnat letters to the 18th dynasty pharaohs Amenhotep the third and the fourth. In the first millennium BC, its name appeared in Phoenician and Punic inscriptions as Gabal. See, and that's the Hebrew. In the Hebrew Bible as Gabal, and in the Syriac as GBL. The name seems to derive from Gabal, well, and God, the latter word that could variously refer to any of the Canaanite gods or to their leader in particular. The name thus seems to have meant the will of God or the source of the Most High. So, yeah, and that's as a second point. That's where you have the term Bible from, because this landmass, and I'm gonna read it right here. It says the Phoenician city known as the Greeks as Byblos and to the Romans as Byblos. So they took the name, the Greeks and the Romans. They took this name, Byblos. It says was important for the import of papyruses from Egypt. The English word Bible ultimately derived from the Greek word biblios, right? Which the word biblios just means books, or collections of books, because you have the book of Jeremiah, the book of Isaiah, Ezekiel, Lamentations. All these books are just that, their own separate books, and amalgamated, I'll say, put into one big book, which you have the Old Testament, which is the Old Testimonies, as well as the New Testament. You see? So it says Biblios and Biblion may have originated with the Greeks' mispronunciation of the city or its Egyptian export. Right. So, there you have it. The proof is in the pudding. And like I said, that's a key point, because a lot of these different individuals will try to pop up like the Bible doesn't coexist with secular history, when in fact it does. All these different land masses, the things that occurred in the times, um, the events, all of those were accurate, man. Get this, Salakia. Just trying to multitask, but yep, 34 and 16. Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and the spirit it hath gathered them. Right, so when you go into the book of the Lord and study it as is written in 2 Timothy 2 and 15, and deeply examine and cross-reference and measure everything up, put the magnifying glass in the context of these scriptures, you see it all adds up. And see, a lot of people want to run with Esau science. They want to run with the history, all the history on the History Channel. It's a lot of false narratives on the History Channel, man. That's why, it's his story. This isn't just a book that's just written. All right, the scriptures speak about it being inspired. All right, it came from the inspiration of the Most High. All right. 2 Timothy 3 and 16. Matter of fact, let me see if I seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For our mouth it hath commanded, and its spirit, and it hath gathered them. Right. So no book will be able to mate itself or come close in a tier with the scriptures. The scriptures hold its weight. All right. And like I say, you can measure secular history, you can measure modern history, ancient history, whatever form of history, to see. And it shows that the Hebrew is a language, man. That shows you how ancient the Hebrew was, because the Hebrew's been since the beginning. You have individuals that try to make it seem like the Lashon Kodash, never existed. You out your damn mind, man. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instructions in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Right, so that's what it's about. Getting the inspiration of Yahweh Shema Shah, learning the inspiration and then teaching it, so that, they may run that read it. So this was just a short lesson. Just wanted to go into that. Hopefully, brothers are edified. I'm going to end by giving all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh Shema Shah Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom, Akim.